So I can't tell when the show starts sometimes because the things still be BBN Jack Frills. What's up, party people? How's everybody doing? I'm hoping everybody's having a beautiful day. All right, so I wake up this morning. I'm saying, what are we gonna talk about? There's a couple of things that other people are discussing. I don't really want to discuss. And so, as always, I do a little bit of background on stories generally that we've covered previously. And then I just happened to something flashed past me. I think it was Media Takeout posted it, I believe. Media Takeout. So apparently, and I don't know how true this is, but Media Takeout posted this today. So apparently, the security guard for Tory Lanez have went to the appeals court and he's left a statement, a deposition. And in this deposition, he said when the gun went off, Kelsey had it. Why is this something that I told y'all before? Who was the first person that said Kelsey fired the gun? Who was the first person? I was we over here, the BBN Network. Let me move this thing right here so it can not look like what I'm staring at something out into the space. So we over here at the BBN Network, remember? I forgot when the situation happened. I forgot entirely which month. I believe it was like June or July. In August, I told y'all Kelsey had the firearm. Tory Lanez was trying to take it from her, pardon me. I told y'all why the fight happened. I told y'all that the girl was getting hands put on her and she went and grabbed the gun. And you know I'm about to say video's still up, right? You know I'm about to say that, right? Because the video's still up. And when I say that, you know these videos have timestamps on them. So you can literally go to the video where I said it, see the timestamp, and then you can go to where anyone else has said the same thing and see their timestamp. So when you hear me say, yeah, the video is still up, that's just me confirming that, yes, not just that I believe I said it first, but also there's a timestamp on that video. And you can go to that timestamp, find out when that video was updated, and then you could go to when anyone else said such a thing and find out when they updated what they said. They told you to hate me, fam. Even when I was consistently being great at the thing that I'm telling you I am. What I'm surprised about is no one asked me how did I get the story and no one else got the story so soon. I mean, people ask me who my source is. I guess that's asking the same question because obviously I have a source. But do you know how close my source has to be to the situation that no one else reported it except for me? I reported it before academics, by the way. Just so be clear. Because he did report it, but I reported it before academics. I believe that I did. So, you know how close my source has to be to the situation for me to have been the first person to report it? Do you understand that? You know, why people are ridiculing me and telling me I should quit. Well, I'm not just consistently damn near predicting what's going to happen before it happened, but I'm going and getting stories can't nobody get first. So I'm doing two things that makes me bona fide journalist, media. Just saying. We have a question up there. It says, are you surprised when Jack Frost breaks stories before? I forgot the E. Before everyone else. 8 people voted. 25% said yes. I guess that would be 2. 62% said no. And 12%, 11% is fluctuating at this point. Just wanted to see the results. So I'm curious, are you surprised now? Meaning nowadays when I break a story, you just like, well, that's just normal Jack. Jack's at it again. Or when I break a story, you like, wowzers, I didn't know he had it in him. Like, the wowzers, I didn't know he had it in him. That would be for yes. Just so you know. The total zoinks, that would be yes. You had no idea that I had this type of prowess. Both are flex, by the way, just so we can be clear. You had no idea that I had this type of prowess. And the other one is you don't expect anything less. So when you say no, I wouldn't expect anything less. I'm surprised when he's not the first guy to break the story. So let's talk about it. And that's not my phrase. I'm just saying that one time. I promise you, I'm not going to be saying this again in any regard. Now you get it? In any regard. Allegedly, and this is the information that Media Takeout is saying, the bodyguard for Tory Lanez goes to the precinct and he gives a deposition. I'm assuming that's what it was, for the situation that happened at night at the appeals court. Remember, Tory Lanez is still trying to get in appeals. I want to say something real quick. That's just absolutely improper English. So I often find out about these things because people want to know my insight on said query. And when they come into my chat, sometimes with they freaking publicists and everybody else that's looking for ways to help their client, I don't always respond. Y'all just don't know. So what they do is they'll contact me with information other people don't have, especially if it's important. Sometimes I can tell y'all guys about it. Sometimes I can't. That's just what it is. We've had people on the show before even let y'all know that I am somebody that they contact sometimes in order for them to be able to get a different perspective on something. And they might want to talk about it on the show. Literally because we have smart people. That's why I keep trying to tell y'all. The guys in here that come in here and y'all are part of the conversation and y'all, I need lotion. Y'all part of the conversation. You are BBN. Y'all guys are frost. Got it? You have no idea the respect some of y'all guys' names get. You have no idea how some people that aren't here no more was sincerely loved, and now they're just not. Niggas was like, yo, I saw these people over there doing weirdo. I wanted to work with that guy. It is what it is. Give me 1 minute. Shout out to wait, Huss. And a couple of y'all coming here this morning. Hold on. Shout out to the Art of D Glass. This is blessings, grand rising to you, my brother. Hope everything's going well with you and yours. Shout out to Nick the Slick. He says salute Frost and the BBN gang. All of the Frost is in the house and he's dropping the Frost himself. Shout out to Norlands. Shout out to Brandon Washington. He says morning. And the shit is cut off. I'm assuming it says more. Oh, that's some other shit. Morning, Frost, BBN fam, salute. Hope everything is going well with everybody. Can we hit that like button, please? Send out some notifications. So there's a couple of things I want to say real quick, and then we're gonna just BS around in the subject like we usually do. And I would love for you guys to be involved. Once again, when I try to explain this to you, people know who you guys are. Like there are actual artists that I have ran into. And they've mentioned people that ain't on the platform no more. Like they like to have had met them. Like I don't know no other way to explain this to you. I've met people in the industry that love some of you guys in the comments that y'all do. Please keep the comments coming. With that being said, I don't want to say the other people's names because they're not here no more. But, so I don't want to. It definitely don't want to seem like I'm beefing with them. I'm not beefing with nobody. All right, we ain't doing that. As soon as I mention somebody's name, they gonna make a million videos talking about you. Fuck Froze. Damn, fam, I didn't even say nothing bad about you. Anyway, let's get to it. So, shit, I said that stupid shit again. Anyway, in any regard, I want to say something and I want to be clear. I don't want there to be no misunderstanding. And I'm going to say this. I was contacted. I did a video. And the video that I did, they said false. Like, this is what happened. Now, when they told me what happened, I didn't take it as a 100%. I took it as, obviously, you're going to say the thing that weighs in your favor the most, but you are telling me the truth because it makes sense. Now, this is the story in which I've heard. This is the first story. The first story is different from what it seems like actually happened now, but I will tell you what the first story I heard was. They went to the party. Homegirl wasn't supposed to be there. Megan Thee Stallion was off somewhere else minding a business, but she was in town. And she wanted to go be with Tory. Tory decided he was going to go to the Jenner's girl crib. He went to the Jenner's girl crib. They was hanging out there. He went there to hook up with her. That's what it was. This was not... Megan Thee Stallion knew he was going over there to hook up with her. Megan was more pissed off. He wasn't trying to hook up with her that night. So Megan went and pulled up. This is the story I heard. When Megan pulled up, she started making a scene because Tory was all over homegirl. Now, I want to stop for a second. You know who homegirl's husband is. I don't know if they married or if it's the internet shit, but they got kid together. That's Travis Scott. If y'all remember, there's that viral moment that had went down where Tory Lanez tried to run up on Travis Scott in the hotel room. So that part, in any regard, the Jenner girl said, y'all gotta leave. It's not this type of time. Now, there's people at the party, everybody having a good time, but y'all gotta leave. So Megan had to leave. Pardon me. They all didn't have to leave. Megan had to leave. When Megan was told she had to go, she made it sound like Tory had to go. This is the first story I heard. So now Tory and Megan, because Tory the problem is it's a situation happening. So Tory leave. Him and his people leave because Megan gets kicked out and she didn't come with a ride. They get to the car. It's a whole bunch of arguing. They get to the car. Now, Megan's arguing at Tory. And while Megan is arguing at Tory, homegirl calls Megan out for fucking Tory. They get into it. Megan starts putting hands and feet on the girl. The girl jumps back into the car and grabs the security guy's gun, or whoever gun that was. When she grabbed the gun, there's yelling and screaming. Tory goes to try to get the gun from her. The gun goes off. Tory gets the gun from her. He fires the gun in the air, wasting all the bullets like he in fucking South Central or some kind of movie. I don't know what's going on with Tory Lanez. Megan then don't want to get back into the car. They're driving, trying to get her to get back into the car. She was injured. She didn't get back into the car. Well, not wanting to get back in the car and getting back into the car, that could have been before the anyway, because there was a fight. The point being is, that's why she got back in the car. When she got back in the car, they went to go take her to the hotel, to take her to the hospital. That's when the cops put her over. So I just want to be clear about this. Kelsey grabbed the gun. I told y'all that. Tory Lanez got convicted because he didn't want to snitch on that girl. What did I keep telling y'all? He thought he was going to be able to beat it without having to snitch. But you can't beat it when you're not snitching, when the person that's actually guilty is pointing the finger at you. So she's pointing the finger at Tory, but not really pointing the finger at Tory. Now, who was telling y'all all of this from the rip? There was only one guy. No one else was saying this. Shout out to Arthur D. Glass. He says, you did say all of this, but it went over heads. Fam, I said all of this. This is what I told y'all happened. I'm good at my job, damn it. You can hate my guts, but I'm still good at my job. You could want whatever bad thing to happen to me, but I'm still good at my job. I'm literally, no slight to no other human being, better than most at this. Glory be to God. I just want to explain something. Y'all be getting information from dudes on the internet that don't even know anybody in the industry. All they know is niggas in the street. I know niggas in the street and I know niggas in the industry. My content is different. Know how it feels to have another reporter call you up? Yo, I want to compare notes. He gonna give you information first, because he want to know what you know. So he's gonna try to tell you something you don't know, so you can tell them something they don't know. You know how this works? And I'm not talking about YouTube reporters. I'm talking about people that work for publications. You ever had one of them call you up? Ever? Shout out to the Most High. Glory be to God. We used to have videos called I Told You So videos over here. There's a couple of reasons, but one of the reasons why I stopped doing I Told You So videos, because I think there was like a good month period where almost every video that came out was a I Told You So video. And it just made me feel like, I didn't start the idea of the video in order for self-aggrandizement. I started the idea of the video because I wanted to have a different type of video, like a different segment or a different program on the channel. That's why I started it. You understand what I'm saying? I didn't start it to be like Jack Froze's Demands is. I started it to be like, how we had the snitching. It's a different program. The American Killers. It was just a different program. But the thing was, it became a daily thing. And I just didn't feel comfortable with that. I got a question. All of these times I told y'all all of these things that were true, right? And while I've been telling you all of these things that are true, there were people that were saying I was lying, right? And obviously they were wrong. So while they was telling you I was lying, and they was busy trying to say, whenever he do this, that's how you can tell he's lying. Whenever he do that, that's how you. But I've been telling the truth all of these times. So now how do you look at those things that they told you? I'm curious. All of these times I've been telling the truth, that they've been saying, you could tell he's lying when he's doing this. You could tell he's lying when but all of those times it's proven that I've been telling the truth. Over and over again. So now what is your excuse for thinking I'm lying? Now, are you still going to think that I'm lying when I'm doing those things that obviously aren't things that I'm doing for any other reason than I'm just doing it? I'm curious. So all of those times that you hated on me, you were wrong, right? So all of those times, they wasn't really laughing at me. They were laughing at you because you was believing a lie. They just made it look like they were laughing at me. But the whole time they laughing at you. Because you believe the lie. I'm being hurt because you believe the lie, but they laughing at you. They made you the fool. And then they got you to give them money while making you the fool. They told you that everything that I was doing, you shouldn't believe. So now when I'm just talking to you, having a regular conversation, you treating me like I'm dishonest. So therefore, I can't live in the real world because I live in a world where everybody thinks I'm dishonest, but I'm actually honest. So I don't live in the real world. So they made a fool out of you. I'm just saying. They're laughing and you laughing with them, but they're making a fool out of you because they're actively lying to you. And then you're acting on those lies and doing evil behind those lies or treating somebody in a way in which they don't deserve behind those lies that they're saying. I'm just saying, I'm right again. Then they're gonna come over here and it's gonna be a little tiny small detail that isn't even important, and they're gonna say I'm wrong about that, and then they're gonna want to have a Howard conversation about that. Then they're gonna go make a video and tell you that you should stop supporting me because I'm wrong about this little tiny small detail that's not important. While I'm busy breaking big news about shit that really happens, that is a real story about now why a rapper, a very important rapper, a very big rapper at the time is in prison. While I'm breaking shit like that, they want you to stop giving the support to the platform over a little tiny thing that's just an opinion. And niggas just fell in line and did that. Well, I'm out here being one of the best damn YouTube black journalists out here. Just something to think about. Just something to think about every single time y'all talk about, racism. Every single time y'all talk about black people don't get enough appreciation when they out here being great. Every single time. I want you to remember that part. Over the last 2 or 3 months, how many times have we just did videos basically talking about shit that I've said and then it happened? How often throughout the course of a week is our video about a conversation something that I said that would happen, then it just happened to happen? How much of the news that's going on right now in the world is shit that I said was gonna happen? Like almost, or I told you there was gonna be a war with boots on ground. I told you that years ago. This is a fact. And I told y'all when that happened, it was gonna escalate and the whole world was gonna get into a war. I told you that. I told y'all World War III had already started. It just didn't have boots on the ground. I told y'all this. I told y'all this, and I'm gonna tell you when, so you can go to the videos. It's still up, and it's multiple videos. And I was telling you this for months. For months, but people don't support the platform, no, and they like to see me go through bad times. They don't want me to elevate. They want to hold me down. They want me to be hated. They want everybody to hate me though. But I'm literally good at my job. Literally. Y'all really, first of all, glory be to God. But y'all are witnessing a black man doing greatness inside of his ability. You are witnessing that. Just saying. That's something that you are witnessing. No hate on nobody. No shade. Zero shade. You have no idea how frustrating it is waking up and knowing that I broke a story or I talked about something. And at the time that I talked about it, it was before everybody else, but didn't nobody believe me. And then now that happens this day, it happens that day. It happens just day after day after day after day after day after day after day after. It's like You just because you don't want to do content, fam. Anyway, the question is, are you still surprised when Jack Frost breaks stories before? I forgot the E. Anyone else? 39% said yes, 42% said no, 19% says just here for the results. 31 people voted. I'm gonna read some comments. We got 58 people in the room. It'd be nice if people could hit that like button, fam. Obviously, you have no obligation. Where we gonna start? Artie D Glass says you did say all of these things, but it went over heads. Imagine if somebody that was really deep into the stock market followed this page. You know how rich they could get? You know how rich they could get? Like one of those, you know how rich they could. I predicted a war, fam. You know how rich they could get? I'm just saying. I also predicted that the government, that the Democrats, the Biden administration wasn't going to send any money for the migrants before the migrants even came. I'm just thinking about ways that this information would be beneficial to somebody that plays the stock market, that plays the stocks. That those are two big things to know that's coming in years in advance. Anyway, Champagne Poppy says, if you are enjoying this content, you could always pull up to the Cash App, Super Chat, and or PayPal. Remember, we need Super Chats daily, and we definitely need Super Chats daily. Super Chats is a daily thing that we need. No matter how small, no matter how big, no matter how small, no matter how large. I don't know how to say that without sounding crazy. Pause. Anyway, Champagne Poppy says, salute Froze, BB and family. This is I told you so moment. Yes, I told everybody about this. This is facts. Champagne says you're really good at the job. I don't know if that's the real Champagne Poppy, but I appreciate you. I'm gonna stop calling your name because I remember the last time the actual real Champagne Poppy, it's all one word, I believe. So I'm gonna stop calling your name if you don't mind. Brandon Washington says, I just got one side comment, laugh out loud. No attacks. But Jack, what's with the Ice Spice photo up with no makeup and stuff? We should do a BBN discussion about that if you're cool at some point. First of all, big fan of Ice Spice, as everybody already know. But also, in all fairness, you know, when you don't have somebody that's working that's good at doing your hair and makeup, you're gonna look crazy. It don't matter, independent of how attractive you actually are. And I think for whatever the reason is, they wanted to have her in a pink wig. I don't like that the pink was so light. I think there should have been a little bit more like, it's the word fuchsia, but like a little bit darker, maybe, because she's so pale in her own self. But I think that's the look they was going for. I just didn't agree with that. Also, I didn't like how the baby hairs was. Like, you gotta pull that wig down, some fam. Like, why are you trying to show that? I think Doja Cat people did that bullshit to her. Anyway, what up, Latoya Hicks? How she's doing? She's is greeting from Cali. Shout out to Cali. Shout out to the whole California. Shout out to the Bay. Um, yeah, I don't think that. I don't think that's the real. What up, Tunes? I could be wrong though. Also predicted American troops will pull out of Afghanistan. I don't remember predicting that, but that sounds like something that I'd tell y'all because I know we talked about it. I know we talked about it. I know we talked about it. I don't know if I predicted it or we talked about it when it was happening. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know if I predicted that or we talked about it when it was happening. I know that we talked about it when it was happening. You're gonna discuss the Draymond thing. He's playing in the 90s. I don't like Draymond Green at all, and the reason is because there's physical tough play, and then there's what he's doing. I don't like what he's doing. People can get hurt. You understand what I'm saying? Like once your physical tough play goes inside of the realm of, easy to cause somebody to be injured, I'm kind of against it. That's one. Two, he just hit a dude dead in the face, man. Like if this was the era of niggas squaring up and fighting, I'm fine. But this ain't that era. If the NBA have people squaring up and fighting, I'm kind of fair. I'm okay with what he's doing. I'm 100% fine with what he's doing. But niggas can't even square up. Like nobody, like that's not happening. Like, and I want to be clear about this. I don't like this kind of play at all. At all. I don't think you should be doing this kind of play. But what I'm saying is he's literally doing this kind of play inside of a situation where whoever he's doing this to, they're not going to want to retaliate because they want to help their team win. So I'm just totally against it. And I'm 100% against hitting somebody when they're not looking. And I'm 2,000,000% against fighting somebody in the middle of fucking play when they busy doing a play and then you sucker punching them. Like, you're a sucker. That's just the better way to put it. You're a whole sucker. A sucker punch is the dude throwing the punch is a sucker. Not the dude getting hit. You're just getting hit. The guy throwing the punch is the sucker. He throwing the punch when you can't even, he throwing the punch from your blind side. He the sucker. That was say Friday? Today's Wednesday. Shout out to Tunes with the $15 drop. He says, get some lunch, you rat bastard. Yes, but remember also, until we get a new camera, the camera's always in play. Until we get a new camera, the camera's always in play. Until we get a new camera, the camera's always in play. So any show that we get enough to buy the $42 camera, we buying the camera on the show in real time. Shout out to Tunes. He said, I said, F it, I'll drop today. I appreciate you. Look, if Friday's your day, if I forget, fam, all you got to do is remind me. I wait till Friday. That's a fact. I appreciate that you just got a day that you pull up. I appreciate that. Anybody else want to pull up with him on Fridays? That's the day to pull up. I'm here for that. I appreciate that. If it's a person that, if there's people that pull up on me different days, I just don't know about it because it's offline. You understand? But there's people that pull up different days. I appreciate what you're doing over there, Frost. Bang. I just be forgetting. I'm sorry. My memory isn't perfect. You know what? Also, since I remember so many things that is just how in the hell he remembered that, I know it's hard for people to think that I forget things, but I forget things. All right. I know it's hard for people to believe that, but I do forget things. But I do, my memory is incredible, but I do forget things sometimes, Names. I'm terrible with names. Terrible. Absolutely terrible with names. Terrible names. Anyway. So y'all want to talk about that? What y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. So as far as that Draymond Green thing is concerned, I am not here with Draymond. I don't like that type of action. He wouldn't do that to you let him do that to a Dennis Rodman. If he was in the 90s, he wouldn't be able to do that. If this was the 80s, he damn sure wouldn't be able to do that. You think he would have did that to a Moses Malone, fam? Let's just be honest. You think he would have did that to a Moses Malone? Let's just be honest. You think he would have did that to a Charles Barkley? You think he would have did that to a Jaquan? You think he would have did that to any of the Davis brothers? If you know who the Davis brothers, you know who the hell I'm talking about. You think he would have did that to Mason? You think he would have did that to Oakley? You think he would have did that to Ewing? Now you get what I'm saying? Now do you understand why this era is not tough? This era is not harder to play in? Y'all talking about the players are more skilled. I'm saying back in the day, it was harder to be a player with skill. You get it? I don't think the players are more skilled. I think the highest skilled players back then are more skilled than the highest skilled players now on average. Because I think in order to be able to be a high skilled player back then, you had to be so much more Your skill level and athleticism and everything else had to be so much separated from everybody else in order to be able to even play that way. Like you had to be so far separated from the pack in order to be able to even play that way. You understand? Like people wasn't even able to, hey, can y'all hear me? Oh shit. Is the right mic on? Ah man, now I'm curious about my mic. I think my mic is messed up. Hold on. Hold on. I'm trying to see if the mic is working, so I'm gonna do a super low whisper right this, right? But I think I got the wrong mic on. Hold on. I'm trying to see if the mic is working. So all right, so the mic is working. Shout out to that shit. But there's like a meter that's supposed to be going off over here. And the meter, the meter for my volume, like the meter, the equalizer, whatever you want to do, it's not fucking registering. I'm like, what in the hell? I'm gonna hit the mute button. I'm gonna unmute the bitch. I don't know why it's doing that. Anyway, appreciate to everybody that told me. I'm just shout out to Jordan Howard. Never seen him comment before, but he was like, "You good, brother? You good too." Anyway, I have no idea. By the way, I'm just saying that to just fist bump. I'm just so used to people taking the words that I say out of context. You have no idea, fam. Let's get back to it. Just so we could be clear. What are we talking about anyway? You said how long do I think the suspension should be? 20 games. 20 games. I think that if you hit a man without looking, you should get 20 games your first suspension. Second suspension should be 50 games. Third suspension should be 50 games is already half the season. Third suspension should be a season. I think that if you're hitting people when they're not looking, you should get all of the suspensions. I think that if the guy turns around and he's facing you and then you hit him, I think you should get a 1 or 2 game suspension. Because the guy's looking at you. You know what I'm saying? But I think that if you're hitting people when they're not looking, I think that's a higher risk of concussion. I think that's higher risk of now that player, he's not going to be able to play because he got his head on a swivel, think he's going to get punched. It's one thing to have your head on a swivel, think you're going to get a screen or think somebody's going to run into you or you might catch a hard foul. It's another thing to have your head on a swivel because you think somebody's going to throw a haymaker. You understand? So if the guys face up with the individual and then a punch is thrown, then I think 1-2 game suspension. And I don't think the guy that threw the second punch should get a suspension. I think that if you should get kicked out of that game, but I don't think you should get suspended if the other guy threw the punch first. The only way you should get a suspension if the other guy threw the punch first is if he was flinching at you, trying to get you to throw a punch. Then yeah, you shouldn't get a suspension. I think that when you make rules fair like that, you create a system where there are people that are going to fight. It's just there's no way to get around that. But you create a system where people could get closer to the edge. Because right now, I don't think players feel like they can get close enough to the edge in order for them to reach their greatness. You understand? Like you have to be able to play where you could get closer to the edge. I think they have to stay so back far from the edge as far as emotionally. They have to stay so far away from the edge. I think a lot of players aren't reaching their full potential. I don't think they could become emotionally invested enough into what they're doing in that moment, in that present moment, being in the present to allow for them to be able to ascend some of the times. Other players can because they know that they're not going to get in trouble, because they know that nobody's going to throw a punch at them, because they know that so other players can, like a LeBron James, he doesn't have to worry about anything. If they look like they breathing on him too heavy with garlic breath, he's going to get a call, right? Imagine if a mofo did that. A basketball player was like, yo, before every game I eat cloves of garlic and onions, so when I get on the court my breath stink, so whenever the other guy is next to me he got problems breathing, so since he can't keep his breath together, I have the advantage whenever I'm going for plays. Yo, has anybody thought of this? I need the right television, fam. Has anybody thought of this? Anybody? Has anybody thought of this? Niggas can't never breathe straight around you. There's no way they gonna win. No way they gonna win, fam. I'm telling jokes this morning. Nobody else is pulling up to the Cash App. We rocking this morning, fam. Pull up with the support, you rat bastards. Yo. Hold on. You trying to tell me that's not the win? It's a good thing I don't play professional sports, fam. If I was a professional basketball player, I'd be eating the garlic cloves. It'd be in this hand. I'd be taking them by the mouthful. And I have fucking an onion in this hand, eating that shit like an apple. I promise you. Niggas gonna be like, yo, this shit ain't fair, fam. They gonna be complaining to the coaches. How y'all letting this guy do this? It is what it is, man. I'm gonna have the fart, you know, the gum that tastes like fart. I'm gonna be chewing that shit. I'm not gonna do that. I might drop some of that shit on my clothes, though. Drop some of the fart shit on my clothes. Niggas just be like, damn, fam. Like, we trying to get a chip? I'm trying to get a chip. I'm trying to have a legacy over here. You with me or not? You gotta have my whole team gonna be putting the fart shit on their clothes. We gonna be all out there stinking. No team is gonna be able to play against us. They gonna have to make new rules. They got to make new rules, fam. I promise you. I promise you. They're gonna have smell detectors in the building every time we gotta play because we trying to win. We don't care about none of that. We gonna play with big ass clothespins on our nose. We gonna have you know the wooden clothespins and shit, not the ones that you press on the top. The ones that got like the ball on the top. We got those shit. We gonna be out there balling, fam. I promise you. I gotta blow my nose. Hold on. Oh man. Oh man. I promise you, we gonna be out there. We gonna be bowling, fam. We gonna be bowling. I promise you. We gonna be catching all the oops and shit. We ain't gonna have to worry about no oops, because as soon as our guys go like this, we're not gonna have to worry about no. When we grab rebounds, we ain't got to worry about shit. As soon as our guys go like this, it's gonna be over. We gonna put the fart juice in our armpits. As soon as I got to it like this, it's gonna be over. We gonna get all the rebounds. We gonna be up faking like this. That's how we gonna be up faking. We gonna get all the points, all the rebounds. It's gonna be incredible. How many games in the season? 82. We're gonna go on the longest win streak ever. 82 win streak. 82 games. It's gonna be the longest win streak ever. Our arena's gonna be particularly warm with no AC. So our arena also isn't gonna have no AC. It's gonna be particularly warm when we play home games. It's gonna be incredible. We ain't gonna lose no games. It's gonna be incredible. We're not gonna wash our socks the whole year. Oh man, what y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. Yeah, 20 games. Take him out for 20 games. He do it again, 50. Because we can't hit people when they're not looking. That's how people get concussions. You understand? I'm upset he hit the dude, period. But the fact that he swung around and hit the dude when the dude wasn't really paying attention, you could give somebody a concussion, man. Yeah, I don't want to deal with whatever this is. I think I'm just going to kick you. I'm waiting until that comment go up because I can't really see it right now. And then I'll kick you. Anyway, what else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. Come on, let's go. What else y'all want to talk about? Yeah, so yeah, you gotta give Draymond all of the time. Oh, I could write a comment. I could write a comment myself. Let me drop some for us so I can see that comment. I could drop some of these back seasons. What was I wrong about? What are you talking about? Who said that I was wrong about something? What was I wrong about? I have no idea what you're talking about, fam. I'm not gonna kick you yet, but I don't know what you're saying I'm wrong about. What did I say I was wrong about? What did I say that I was wrong about? I don't remember saying I was wrong about something. What did I say I was wrong about? And I'll tell you what I said I was wrong about if I said I was wrong about anything. With that being said, damn, my arm is fucked up. My neck, I slept on my neck weird last night, and my arm is messed up. Anything y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. Come on, let's go. Are you surprised when Jack Frost breaks stories before everyone else? 35 votes. 40% said, yeah, we always surprised. Every time Jack drops a story, we had no idea. We didn't think we had it in him. Or are you surprised when Jack Frost breaks a story? No. Nah, man. I mean, did you see the last ones that Jack was doing over there? He was killing it, fam. He was telling all of the stories, and they all turned out to be true. So every time I go to his platform over there, and he says that there's a thing that happened, I generally assume it happened. Or, yo, son, I'm just here for the results. I don't really care what's going on with any of this. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I heard they was giving away free coffee around here. Is that true? Do I gotta get like a slip of paper or some shit? Or they just gonna give me the coffee? Morning coffee, right? They get free coffee around here, right? Right? Well, no, they don't get free coffee. But I could buy frosted coffee. I don't know. Why would I do that? You know what? I might do it tomorrow. With that being said, Toon says, what's the Tory Lanez thing? Boom. All right, we'll get to that. I'll say that right now. I'm just gonna read the rest of these comments. Going to app setting, YouTube, clear data, cache, then polls work. Oh, shout out to Neanderthal. Who? I gotta do that, or y'all gotta do that? Y'all gotta do that, right? Latoya Hicks says, how do I feel about Ty's son standing on business? About T.I. standing on business. How do you feel about T.I.'s son? What business did he stand on? I haven't seen that guy stand on business. So just so we could be clear, the thing he's doing, I don't consider standing on business. All right. I don't consider the thing he's doing standing on business. I know he thinks it is, but I don't consider it standing on business. What up, Mancy? Tory Lanez situation. Do y'all remember when the Tory Lanez situation first happened? There was one YouTube content creator that came out with the story first. There was one YouTube content creator that came out with the story first. It was Jack Frost. It was over here. We dropped the story in the middle to end of August. DJ Academics talked about it, I think September 2nd or 3rd. That's how accurate that I know we dropped the story first. With that being said, what was the stories over here is that Kelsey is the one that actually fired the gun. It was not Tory Lanez. Basically, what happened was Kelsey grabbed the gun. That's when the first shot went off. Tory Lanez then tried to grab the gun from her, and then he unloaded the gun, firing it like a maniac into the air. And that's how come he got caught and got in trouble, because he did that. And if y'all remember me saying, all Tory Lanez has to do is say the girl did the thing. But what did Tory do? He didn't want to be a snitch. He didn't want to tell on homegirl. He didn't want to send her to jail. Now, what is the government going to do when a guy comes out and says, look, Tory didn't do it. The other chick did it. And then y'all gave homegirl a damn, she can't be tried for this shit now because she already took the stand to put away an innocent guy. So government, you guys are stupid. I knew what happened. Y'all guys couldn't figure out what happened? Do y'all want to know what's really going on, or do y'all rather I just rant about this bullshit for a couple of more minutes? Or do y'all want to know what's really going on? If y'all want to know what's really going on, I want to see some frost in the chat. I'll tell you what's really going on. I'll tell you what's really going on, and it's big. And I promise you, this is going to be another I told you so moment. Let me see some frost in the chat. Woman wanting for stealing packages in Brooklyn. Look at this chick, fam. These people, this is just low down dirty. I want her to get caught so bad. Catch her. Catch her. Please catch her. Catch her. We can't even live like fucking regular normal people because we got people like this around. We can't even live like normal people because we got people like this around. Y'all mad at people who y'all call lazy. I'm mad at people who go out there and steal from others. We not the same. Slow walk it and lead into I told you so. And it's a big shake of my head. Pause. What did I say? I said something that needs a pause. I don't even know if I could slow walk this. I don't even know if this is something that can be slow walked. Be honest with you. All right. So I'll lead off by saying this. Right. So it can't be slow walked. I'm just gonna say what it is. Can we talk about the MCU first? It goes this deep. Can we talk about the MCU verse first? Basically, all of the money that's been behind the Me Too movement and the woke agenda and all of that shit, they losing all of their financing and they losing all of the money that's behind that. Megan Thee Stallion, the reason why she was not going to lose was because there was people that was behind her that was pushing a certain agenda and she was becoming the face of one of their agendas. So they was pushing it. Now, I just want to mention something about the MCU real quick. If y'all know, dude that runs the MCU, Bob Iger, runs Disney, pardon me, just recently came out and said they're moving away from the whole woke movement. They're moving away from all of that shit. The reason why they're moving away from it is because it's costing them too much money. It cost them something like $7 billion last year. Something like that. 7 billion, not trillion, right? 7 billion. I think it cost the woke agenda costing them something like like not Disney. I think like all corporations like in America or some shit like that. Cost them something like $7 billion or some number like that. Anyway, a lot of money. So all of these corporations is moving away from that. Notice what Toons just said. Read Toons' comment. He says when Meg was in the She-Hulk episode. So all of these corporations is moving away from that. Now, they tried to bury Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez did not do the thing he's in jail for. And I keep telling y'all that. They tried to bury her. And one of the reasons why Tory Lanez and them didn't feel comfortable fighting with the truth was because they didn't want to feel like they was attacking one woman, trying to exonerate them from the claims of another. So that's one of the reasons why they were so slow with coming forward with the truth. So now what's happening right now, that movement is having all of the money, resources, and finances removed from them. So there is no endless reservoir of resources to go against Tory Lanez anymore. All of a sudden, his bodyguard decide that he's going to talk. Just out of the clear blue. This is way bigger than Tory Lanez. He's just benefiting. Way bigger than Tory Lanez. If you look at Instagram, has your algorithm all of a sudden started picking up all of the absolutely stupid, I'm not saying women are stupid, but I'm saying stupid things that they have women saying, like, I'm not gonna go to the Cheesecake Factory for a date, and all of these red pill and all. Y'all didn't notice that this shit has been getting flooded on social media? This is what I mean by I just pay attention to different shit. All right? That's what I mean by I just be paying attention to different shit. So when things happen, I'll be like, that's interesting. No, I'm talking about the woke movement. I'm not talking about what anything means. I'm not talking about any definition of anything. I'm talking about the woke movement that we all know what it is. I'm not talking about no definite. Don't try to play no word games with me. I'm not playing with you, fam. I'm talking about the woke movement. I don't want to play no word games. The woke movement that is currently is not what woke really intentionally meant when woke came out. When woke came out, it just meant the people who are awake to what's happening in the world. What the movement turned into is something completely different. I'm talking about that. I'm talking about that whole agenda. Like how for some strange reason they want to make a Snow White with the 7 dwarfs without dwarfs because you might offend some people and they want to make it all inclusive. That's going to be terrible. Get that shit out of here. Don't nobody want it. For the same reason why the movie Miss Marvel failed. For the same reason why everybody's angry at the last 3 Star Wars movies that came out. Y'all trying to force shit on us that we don't want on us, and all in the name of inclusion. So that's the agenda that they're getting rid of. The force feeding people of agendas. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know what you talking about. That being said, anything else y'all want to talk about? But yeah, what do you think she was on She-Hulk for, fam? That's what I'm trying to explain to you. All of this shit is together. That's what I'm trying to explain. No, they were losing money, hand over fist, just losing money. Just right. There was nothing they could do about it. They still losing money. Nothing they could do about it. They had to readjust the whole entire MCU, fam. There's nothing they could do about it. This is the easiest way for me to explain this. There's more women than men in America. And the WNBA is failing. I'm going to say that again. There's more women than men in America. And the WNBA is failing. Do you understand that? Can you grasp that real quick? So if no men, only women watch the WNBA, they would turn a profit. 0 men. If it was against the law for men to watch the WNBA, but women watched it. Not every woman, But in the same percentage of women that watch the NBA right now, watch the WNBA, the WNBA would be killing. As it stands right now, they lose money every year. They need the NBA to pay off their arrears every year. As it stands. So there's women, the LGBTQ community also, and women wanting to say men should be watching the WNBA, and that's why the WNBA is failing. Like, men have a responsibility to make sure that everything that women come out with don't fail, but women themselves don't have a responsibility to make sure that the shit don't fail. And just so we could be just real clear that if women supported it, it would not fail. Who do you think is buying the majority of Maybelline? Who do you think buys tampons? Think there's men out there just shoving tampons up their freaking butts? I mean, I'm pretty sure that there is. But I'm saying it's not a thing. It's not a big thing. I mean, I wouldn't have any idea to this. But as far as I know, it's not a big thing. These companies still exist and do really well. So the WNBA could do well, but women don't want to watch it. Although they think men should. And it's our fault why it's not doing well. I always find that crazy. So yeah, they just want to force men to do women shit and force men to do, that's all. They just want to force men to do women shit. And they just mad niggas don't want to do women shit. That's all. While y'all busy out here complaining, oh, there ain't no real men out there. But also, y'all talk about, you still got women out here talking about that if a man is homophobic, if he isn't going to date a trans woman. What in the hell is wrong with you? But you want us to be real men, but you also want us to be willing to date a trans woman. I need for you to explain the logic to that. It has no logic, so you're just going to be talking in circles. Don't worry about it. I'm going to go get me a drink. I'm going to sit over here. I'm going to read this book. By the time I finish reading the book, you should get an understanding about how you're just talking in circles and you're saying shit that don't make any sense. I'm going to read a couple of chapters. Sheesh, man. Just something to think about. Women complain that there are no real men, but there are also women that say that if you're a man and you are not going to have sex with a trans woman, that you're homophobic and you're part of the problem. No, I am literally not part of the problem. First of all, what do you consider the problem to be? That's what I want to know before we find out whether I'm part. I might be part of the problem. Is part of the problem not wanting men to do gay shit? Because if so, I'm completely part of the problem. I'm where the problem starts. I am the epicenter of the problem, the spearhead. If there was a face for the definition of the problem in the dictionary, it would be my face. With my arms crossed, it'd be my whole upper body. It wouldn't just be my face, it'd be my whole upper body. That's just so we can be clear. So, what the problem that you're saying that I'm a part of? I would like to know that part. People be like, you part of the problem. Okay, but what's the problem? Because I might want to be part of the problem. I don't know what you're saying the problem is. We got 48 people that voted. The question is, are you still surprised when Jack Frost breaks stories? Before, I forgot to put the E. Everyone else, 40% said yes. That means that when I break a story, you be like pulling your hair out. Like, I didn't think Jack had it in him. And no means, are you surprised that Jack is still breaking these stories before everybody else? No is, you know what? Every time. I just expect this of this guy. This is why we pull up to the platform. It's just immaculate work. I don't know what to tell you. If this guy told me that jelly was going to turn into jam, I'd believe him. With that being said, or you just want to see the results, and that's the guy that's like, look, man, I don't really care about none of this over here, but I'm here. I want to know what the rest of you squares is thinking about. Some of y'all's not squares, some of y'all's oblong, but I like to know what the rest of y'all think about this. So that's what the last one is for. And the story that I told y'all about previously before everybody else told y'all, for everybody that don't know, the security guard, the bodyguard of Tory Lanez has went down and gave a deposition. I believe that's what he gave at the court for Tory Lanez appeal. And basically in this deposition, what he said is that Casey, because we talking about Cassie also. Casey actually had the gun when the gun went off, and Tory Lanez did not. And so I told you that, and I told everybody that first. I dropped it first. I think it was in like the end of August, and then like a week or two after that, Academic said it on his platform because we just weren't big enough to get the word out. They wanted us to break the story, and they wanted people to come to us over it. But we I didn't have the support at that time, and so we couldn't break the story. So Academics had to break the story, and that's what happened. Kelsey, thank you. What did I say? And so that's what happened for everybody that don't know. They wanted us to break the story, but we couldn't break the story at the time. This is what I keep trying to tell y'all. Like, they tell you don't promote with me or whatever. Fam, when y'all promote with me, people see y'all. I promise you. I'm constantly breaking all of these stories. You think I'm just going to sleep and then waking up and knowing shit? Or do you think people are contacting me? Do you think I'm just in conversations with people and they telling me this? Do you think people are texting me? Or you think I'm just waking up in the morning and I'm just like, I got an epiphany? Like, what do you think is happening? A lot of the stuff that's happening in the government, I'm not gonna lie, I just follow politics. So it's not all that stuff seems like commonplace shit to me. I just follow politics. And when I'm telling y'all something is gonna happen in politics, usually it's because it's just I think everybody can see it. Like, I be thinking it'd be obvious, to be honest with you. I don't mean to be a dick. My arm is really messing with me this morning. I don't mean to be a dick, but you'll be surprised at how often I might like tell y'all about something. But to me, I think everybody should be able to know it. Like, I think everybody would know it. You understand what I'm saying? I got a bad habit of that. Julio Fulio's affiliate, Rico Osama, shot and deleted in Jacksonville. They was just showing a video of a dude that had a dog run up on him, and the nigga just looked at the dog as the dog was running up on him, and it was a big ass dog, and it looks like I'll just show you the video. He just stood there and watched the dog run up on him and bite him. He ain't try to jump that wall or nothing. Poke him in the fucking eye, you dumbass. He just laying there. Poke him in the eye. Gouge that nigga eyes. I promise you he gonna let go. Let me show you what happened. He just stood right there. He was just walking like regular. Gouge that damn dog in the eye. Look, he just walking like regular. Gouge that damn dog in the eye. That dog could be a one-eye bandit or zero-eye bandit for the rest of his life. I promise you. I'm gonna tell y'all about a real quick story. So I was with one of my cousins. We were really, really young. I don't even know if he remembers the story, but we were really, really young. I had just moved to Concourse Village. I was with my cousin Al. Just moved to Concourse Village. Now I'm a couple of years older than him. So I was about 14 and he probably was about 11, right? 11, 12, something like that. So we are going. We'll talk about that in a second. Camp Capone. Hold on. So hold on. Let me tell you. So we're going to Queens because I got family in Queens. So we're going to Queens. We're going to 110th Street, over there near Queens Boulevard. So while we're walking right on Queens, I think that is Queens Boulevard, and we're on 110th and Queens Boulevard. We like on one, like we're like a block over, I think, and we're about to walk over. There's stray dogs. For anybody that don't know, the 80s and 90s, there were stray dogs all over New York City, especially in the early 90s. This was like the early 90s, 91, 92 or something. So I don't know when it was. It was the early 90s. So 3 dogs ran up on us. And the worst thing you could do is run from a dog. Because dogs are literally going to chase. It's a wild animal. If you run from it, it's going to chase you. That's just what's going to happen. So the worst thing you could do is run from a dog. So I had been carrying a knife for quite some time at this point, right? Because remember, I go everywhere by myself. Since I've been like 9, 10 years old, I go everywhere by myself. So I always walk around with a weapon. So I had like a knife on me and shit, like a pocket knife or whatever. So I pulled out the knife and I squared up on the fucking dogs. And it was like 3 of them bitches. But the dogs would have chased us. But I didn't go backwards. I went forwards and the motherfucker split. And the proudest moment I had was I wasn't telling involving this story. I wasn't telling nobody about the story. And then like one day, like years in the future, it came up that he had told people about the story. And I didn't even know niggas know because I didn't tell nobody. Anyway, somebody says Jackboy got shot this morning in his driveway in Port St. Lucie, Florida. He got airlifted. I don't know if any of that. He got airlifted to Lawnwood Hospital. Prayers up. We're going to see if there's anything on Jackboy in the internet. I just put Jackboy's name in. I don't see anything with Jackboy currently. Somebody go check on Instagram. Facts Media doesn't know yet. Okay, so yeah, I'm not saying that that's a thing that happened. We don't know nothing about that. We're gonna hope that that didn't happen, though. All right? We don't know nothing about that. We don't know who this guy is. We don't know who this guy is. This guy could be anybody. We don't know who this guy is. Jackboy, he's right. He's 100% right. 5 minutes ago, mixtape. Jackboy has been shot and airlifted. Shout out to 1N1 Capone pulling up with the shout out to 1N1 Capone. Shout out to 1N1. Am I saying that right? Capone? Pulling up with the information on Jackboy. Fam, I searched it out, right? I searched it out. I didn't just poo-poo you away. I searched it out, right? I treated the thing that you said with much respect. We do have people come here and try to get me to say shit that's not true, though, so they could go to their page and say, I don't know what I'm talking about, when in reality, I'm just repeating the thing that they said. So there is a issue that I have over here with that. I don't know if everybody goes through that, but that's something that I go through. Everybody might go through it on social media. What the fuck do I know? Anyway, Jackboy was reportedly shot outside his home this morning, according to law officials. A suspect approached him and shot him multiple times and then fled the scene. Wowzers. Jackboy said that he did voodoo on Kodak Black for blackballing him, which caused Kodak to start doing heavy drugs. Wowzers.
So I would never respect that man because he's black.
Yeah. Probably was a setup. Sounds like a setup. Shout out to Ganju. Hey, Ganju, as soon as you get any information, remember, you calling in. You can call in. Shout out to Ganju Roach. We got Ganju Roach in the chat. He said his partner manages Jackboy. He said he just called. He's waiting for a call back. Let's find out how Jackboy is doing. Obviously, our prayers is always going out to whoever and anyone that we can have on this platform to speak on such matter. They're always welcome, and we would love to have them up here. Capone says, yes, respect. Just wanted people to know he our black brother. You did proper protocol. Appreciate you. Rakim wrote Summertime. Stop Will Smith. Everybody knows Rakim wrote Summertime, fam. Will Smith is still trying to pass it off like he wrote Summertime. Rakim wrote Summertime, Will Smith. We all know. I know. I don't know who else knows. Will Smith is trying to pass it off like you did not write Summertime. Rakim wrote it. Rakim is just extremely humble and he doesn't really care about any of that. Rakim wrote Summertime. Stop Will Smith. Hopefully we'll be able to get an update on Jackboy. Kodak and Jackboy are currently in court in Florida over Jackboy contractual rights. This is a fact for everybody that don't know. You could call in right now if you want, Ganju, whenever you're ready. On IG. Yeah, they've been going through some problems, obviously. But ain't this something? So somebody gets shot. I hear about it, and within minutes of me hearing about it, there's somebody in our chat already that has connections to the situation. And y'all trying to tell me that I should get out of the business. So you don't think if I played your videos on my page that people are going to be able to see it? Because somebody told you that, right? Somebody lied to you and told you that if you promote it over here, wouldn't nobody see it? So somebody lied to you. You still believe the lie, or you gonna just, or you just gonna just say fuck it? You know what I'm saying? Even though you know the lie's a lie now, you're just gonna still go with it. Are you gonna still believe the lie and acknowledge it was a lie? I'm curious. Just curious. Shout out to Ganju. What else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. But definitely, we want Jackboy. Let's hope that he recovers well. Hopefully, this isn't as bad as it could be. Let's hope it's not as bad as it sounds. You know, they said he was hit multiple times. At least that's what the caption said. He was hit multiple times. He was taken to the hospital. Let's hope. The individual that came into the chat, salute to them. Yo, dude said we need no internet for 5 years to reshape this universe. People out here mentally sick. You know, I just heard about a thing that they have that's basically projecting that the internet might get cut all the way off. We might not have the internet for 3 months. Did you hear about that? Anyway, Capone came in and he said Jackboy just got shot this morning in his driveway in Port St. Lucie, Florida. He got airlifted to Lawn Hill Hospital. Definitely let's send our best wishes to him. And yes, a lot of mentally sick. You don't understand that there's people that just get on the internet all day to go try to spread hate at other people, anger at. There's a lot of mental unwell people on the internet. The internet is where the mentally unwell people go try to attack the mentally well people. That's why you got certain people on the internet that constantly have people coming at them. It's not all clout chasing. Like, yeah, it's clout chasing, but some of these people are just mentally unwell. Bam. Have you ever heard about me actually doing anything to anybody worthy of anyone hating me? Anyone hating me. Not just the level of people that actually do hate me. I'm saying anyone. Have you ever heard of me doing anything? Like, to the level that anyone should hate me. Exactly. You won't ever hear of me doing anything so bad that even a single person should hate me. The fact that there's just so many multitudes of people that hate me is, I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, what y'all want to talk about, put it in the chat. I don't know what to tell you. It's just, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, fam. Just let's hope that the Lord touches everyone's heart. That's all you could ever pray for, is that the Lord touches people's hearts so they can have peace within themselves. Because when a person has peace within themselves, they seek peace in the world. They don't seek destruction in the world. When a person does not have peace inside of themselves, they seek destruction in the world. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I have peace inside of me. So anything that is destructive, anything out of like that shit just don't resonate with me. That's just not something I want to be a part of. That's just not something, it revolts me. It sends me in the opposite direction. So I'm not telling anybody else to be that way. But what I'm saying is that that's what we got to be mindful of. What is the thing that attracts you? That's like people will want to date a woman and you see that the woman is attracted to hostility and toxicity, but you want to date her. So that means that you want hostility and toxicity in your life. You can't expect her to change. She's her own person. She has the right to be whoever the hell she want to be. She want to be hostile. She wants to be toxic. That's her fucking right. Who are you? I want to say something real quick. The audacity of an individual to come into your life and tell you that you can't enjoy your toxicity. The audacity of a person to come into your life and say that all of that toxic shit that you doing got to stop, and you don't want to stop it. Stop asking people to stop being toxic. Because they're not going to stop being toxic. They're just going to hide it until it doesn't bother you no more. Just something to throw out there. Stop asking people to stop being toxic. Man. Let the people be, they want to be toxic. Let them be toxic. You just let them be toxic over there and you go over there. I don't understand what the problem is. I mean, other than that they're going to stalk you, but I mean, fuck it. What you going to do about that? You can't stop people from stalking you. There are a lot of sick people in the universe. That's a fact. You can't stop people from stalking you, fam. You literally can't. Like, you literally can't. It's impossible. Once somebody stalks you, it's over. You just stalked until you die. There's nothing you can do about it. I just seen this chick say weak men date whores. That's not true. There's some chick right here. I read a caption it was saying, and it said weak men date whores. That's not true. That's not true at all. You're gonna find more weak men with strong women than anything. Most niggas that date whores, I'm gonna tell you what it is, and this is just what my opinion. My opinion. This is just my opinion. But most dudes that date whores, and I'm not talking about the simps. I'm not talking about the simps. All right. But most dudes that's dating a whore, it's because, like, is there something else to, like, it kind of hard. Like, how do you know how do you know who ain't a whore? I need that explanation. Like, how is a man to know who ain't a whore? Like, as a man, like, how are us men supposed to know who's a whore and who isn't? Y'all basically all dress the same. Y'all all talk the same. How are we supposed to know? That's all I'm asking. So how can you say that a man loves the day whores? I promise you, no There's more men out there that want to date a woman that didn't sleep with 30 men than that did. There's more men out there that want to sleep with a woman that didn't sleep with 10 men than that did. There's more men out there that want to sleep with a woman that slept with less than 5 men. I meant less in all of those terms than that don't. You understand? There's no man out there that's like, yo, I wish my woman that I want to marry, she need to have like 1 billion bodies. Nobody's saying that, fam. As a man gets older, he realized the more life a female lived, the unhappier his life is going to be. That's why a lot of men in their 40s are going for chicks in their 20s. It's not because niggas is like, yo, I want that young vagina. It's like, I want a woman who hasn't been with 10, been in 10 relationships that didn't work. I want a woman that hasn't had sex with 15, 20 niggas. I don't want to argue all day. I want a woman that want to follow, not lead. I'm just saying. I could be wrong. Those are just my opinions. I could be wrong. It's my fucking neck and my arm is killing me so bad. You have no idea. I know I'm squirming like hell. My fucking neck and my arm is killing me. Yeah, but nah, for real, for real. That's why I'm 100% an advocate of this. The most important thing to me is getting into heaven, having God's love and getting to heaven. That's the most important thing. I don't look at this life as I'm living like I'm missing out on anything. I don't even look at it like that. You understand? Like, I don't even look at it like that. That's not the way that I perceive time. You understand? I perceive time more as I want to do the most I can positively, and I want to live as much life as I can without doing anything harmful. I just perceive time differently than most people. You understand? So what part is crazy, LaToya Hicks? What part is crazy, LaToya Hicks? So I perceive time differently than other people. You understand? Like, I don't think people are looking at time that way. That's what I'm saying. I don't think people look at it as I have to get in as many good deeds as possible, and I have to stay away from as many negative deeds as possible. So since I look at it like that, I don't want to be in any situation where I think that I might be pushed to hostility. So I don't want to hang out with anybody that's, or be around anybody that's in any way triggering. Not just for me. I don't even want to be around people that's triggering other people. So what is that? The real LaToya Hicks? What up, LaToya? What's crazy? Could I know? You think she's gonna answer? She might not answer. My shoulder is killing me. What time is it? Let's read our verse for today. This is why I be saying I don't think that's the real person, because that person says why that is crazy, right? So that comment is so like ambiguous. Like, so what are you talking about? So not a person isn't gonna answer when I ask what they talking about, but they can always come back to the chat and pretend like that person is saying that I'm crazy about something and I didn't respond. So I'm not gonna kick LaToya Hicks, but what I am gonna do is I'm gonna remove the comment. So not a comment is just not gonna be there, period. So now we're gonna see what her reply is. I picked up my phone to do a thing. I forgot what it was. Anything else y'all want to talk about? We got 74 people in the room. I wish we could have had more than 32 likes, but I appreciate the 32 likes that we do have. Is there anything else that you guys want to talk about in the chat? Put it in the chat. I don't want to end the live right now, just so we can be clear, But I do want to have a discussion, and I want to talk about a thing. I don't just want to sit here waiting for Ganju to get back to us if he hears anything in regards to the Jackboy situation that those people wouldn't mind him sharing with us. He probably was in the chat and was like, I don't know if we should share that information over there with that guys. Ganju was like, nah, I'm telling you, he's solid, he's good. What y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. I don't want to hold you. It's way too early for me to even get lunch, so I'm not rushing y'all. What you read that girl said. Oh, what the girl said. Yeah, that is crazy. That's absolutely bananas. I believe the bodyguard was being blocked. So Arta D Glasses, I'm curious to why now the bodyguard is dropping the statement. I believe the bodyguard was being blocked. I believe that there's a good chance that he was basically told, yo, look, you go in that trial, you go and give a statement, you done in this business. Also, appreciate you, Latoya Hicks. Also, remember, the bodyguard is going to be working for the same people that, is in that particular business. There might be people that might be like, we can't talk to this guy because now he's talking with the police. These guys don't make no sense. So I wouldn't be surprised if he was just told, if you go to him taking the stand might hurt his ability to work. You understand? Or because there's multiple different things that could have happened here, or Tory Lanez just didn't want to use him. Because remember, Tory Lanez didn't want to blame homegirl. Remember, he was always being cryptic about it. He didn't just want to come straight out and said she did it. I'm the one that first said she did it. I'm the one that told everybody she did it. They didn't want to come out and say she did it. They should have paid for me to go to the courtroom. He might be free right now. Because there's no telling what I would have seen in the courtroom and then said it might have adjusted what they were doing. There's no telling what I would have reported that might have adjusted what they was doing. He might be free right now if they would have paid for me to go to that courtroom. If they would have pulled up with a couple $1,000, said, yo, look, we got you bong. Yo, look, we got you free your hotel, everything you need, all expensive. We're going to give you a stipend for $100 a day. For whatever you need, hotel paid for. We're going to give you $100 a day stipend. We need this case. We're going to put you in a hotel close to the courtroom. We need this court case covered. There's no telling what would happen. Y'all see how I cover cases when I'm in the courtroom. So it's saying it's set to say they were playing dirty on short. No, I'm saying I'm not sure what entirely would happen. I do know that Tory didn't initially want to come out and say that Megan Thee Stallion shot him, and he also pardon me. He didn't initially want to come out and say that that girl shot Megan. He didn't want to say that. You understand what I'm saying? He didn't want to come out and say that. That's why they should have had me in the courtroom, because he knows I know. I mean, they just fucked up. It is what it is. And Tory wasn't in God's energy. Nope. He out here actively using God's words, trying to call on for God's protection in different situations, call on for God's guidance in different situations, and then he's having sex with another man's wife. Now, I'm not trying to be judgmental. I'm just saying, when you're doing certain things, especially when you know better, retribution shows up quicker. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you don't know no better, retribution don't show up as quick. But when you know better, retribution shows up quicker. God shows up faster. Sheesh, who the hell? I do not follow her. Who is this? Fuck it. I'm not gonna follow her. She got an OnlyFans. Oh, she does not have an OnlyFans. I might follow her. I don't follow chicks that got OnlyFans. Like, unless I already was following you or some shit. Or if I follow you and then I didn't think about the fact that you might have a. Nice feet. All of the wins. I am sorry. All of the wins. Sheesh. Champagne Poppy said a comment earlier. I'm going back up to make sure he wasn't supposed to respond to something first before I decide what I'm going to do with him next. Woke movement, LGBT. No, it wasn't nothing I was holding him to. All right. I do not know if I'm going to hit my... I'm going to hit somebody right now. Ask them. I'll wait until the people who I know are close to the situation is telling me that something happened that he didn't make it. I'm gonna wait until then. I'm not even gonna say that. And no, I don't want to talk about the King Yella situation because they came in here to argue with me over it yesterday, so we never talking about it again. So I'm not talking about the King Yella situation. All right. If you ask me again, I'm just gonna kick you. I don't feel like being annoyed. I never feel like being annoyed. Anything else y'all want to ask? Put it in the chat. We're gonna wait a little bit longer. Obviously, we have a Jackboy update that's gonna be coming, particularly from somebody that knows his manager. What up, Trojan? I'm looking at something that's so bugged. I don't know if I should show y'all what this is, but it's absolutely bugged. And I don't even know how to do it allows that thing to happen. Anyway, what up, Trojan man? How you doing? Rushed to hospital, serious condition. We do not know the results of what has happened to him yet. I am in contact with somebody that was in the chat a little bit earlier who is in contact with Jackboy's manager. He's trying to get word as to what's going on right now with Jackboy. Then I'll be able to know specifically entirely. He was airlifted. Airlifted this morning. Don't have any more information on it at the time. This appears to have been a targeted attack. There was no immediate threat to the surrounding community. So, yeah, who said it sounded like a setup? That's what I was alluding to. I didn't say it. But I think Arthur D. Glass said it sounds like a setup. Yeah. Other people are confirming closer to the situation. It's crazy. But them dudes is always beefing. Why you think I don't even want to beef? The nigga was talking about voodoo a little while ago, talking about he put voodoo on talking about he put voodoo on Kodak Black. I don't even know why y'all play like that. I don't know if he actually did. Obviously, I don't know about none of that stuff. But he was talking about he put blue voodoo on Kodak Black and talking about all that other weirdo shit. Like, what do y'all think is gonna happen? Y'all better get out of this weirdo ass life. Like, y'all gotta get out of this hating atmosphere. Stop going back and forth with people over hate, man. Gotta get out of that shit. I don't know what made he said that Kodak Black blackballed them or tried to blackball him out of the industry or something like that. I don't know how true that is. I'm not saying it's not true either, just so we can be clear. Let's read our word for the day. Let's read our word for the day. Shout out to the 35 people that hit the like button. I appreciate y'all. Oh, we got a Psalm. Psalms 90. Oh, no, that was yesterday. No, that's today. Psalms 95. Psalms chapter 95, verse 6. How long is this? It's short. So we're going to read the whole verse. But verse 6, the actual verse they sent us is, I'll read that verse in easy and then read it in King James. Easy is, come now, let us bend down to worship him. Let us bend our knee in front of the Lord. He is the one who made us. The King James version, that was the easy version. The King James version reads, what was that, line 6? Oh, come, let us worship and bow down. Let us kneel before the Lord, our maker. I'm going to read the whole psalm, Psalm 95. Oh, come, let us sing unto the Lord. Let us make a joyful noise to the rock of our salvation. Let us come before his presence with thanksgiving and make a joyful noise unto him with psalms. For the Lord is a great God and a great King above all gods. In his hand are the deep places of the earth. The strength of the hills is his also. The sea is his, and he made it. And his hands formed the dry land. Oh, come, let us worship and bow down. Let us kneel before the Lord, our Maker. For he is our God, and we are the people of his pasture and the sheep of his hand. Today, if ye will hear his voice, harden not your heart, as in the provocation, and as in the day of temptation in the wilderness, when your fathers tempted me, proved me, and saw my work. 40 years long was I grieved with this generation, and said, it is a people that do err in their heart, and they have not known my ways, unto whom I swear in my wrath that they should not enter into my rest. In Jesus' name, amen. So I guess it's pretty ironic that it started off speaking about song. You know, Psalms are songs to the Lord, right? You know that, right? Psalms is songs. It just was written in a different language. So therefore, it's not, we're not going to hear the rhyming and everything, but Psalms is songs. Also, if you look at Psalms, they're written like how many people teach poetry to be written. Psalms is songs. Songs to God. For everybody that don't know. Shout out to that. Oh, my shoulder. Anything else y'all guys want to talk about? Come on, let's get to it. Sheesh. In any regard, is there anything else you guys want to talk about? My neck and my arm is just really messing with me. It's like I slept weird, and it's like a nerve being pinched. Remember, I sneezed yesterday. My back started hurting. Shh. Definitely need to start stretching more. I was stretching heavy the other day for doing the thing. Is there anything you guys want to talk about? I am she's fine. I just found this page, by the way. She is fine. Oh, that was a call. Anyway, so I'm about to get up out of here. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about? If there's something y'all want to discuss, I will stay. I can't even go buy lunch yet, so I would like to stay a little bit longer. The store ain't open. I mean, the store's open, but they not ready. He who will hold another down in the mud must stay in the mud to keep him down. That's a fact. I don't have no idea why you decided to say that, but yeah, basically, stop hating on people. That's basically explaining why you shouldn't be hating on people. Shout out to that. And that also explains why all the people that's hating on me have not progressed in their journey in life. You can't go nowhere. Y'all too busy holding me down. Y'all too busy trying to do hateful shit to me. How can you go anywhere? You're too busy being evil. Okay. Okay, Wanda. Not a lying. Okay, we're not doing that.
Where's your place? Yeah, I'm gonna put you in shame. Go to the jungle. Respect to the champion.
More respect for me.
Yeah?
You should respect me.
You've got enough respect. Go.
You're so funny, man.
Go.
You're so funny.
Go.
I just want to laugh.
Go.
You made me laugh hard.
Go home.
Where?
Go to the jungle. Where's your place? Yeah, I'm gonna put you in shame.
Do it.
No,
Do
I'm gonna
it.
wait.
Do
And
it.
enjoy it
Do
slowly.
it. Do it.
Slowly, day by day. You're so funny.
You
Take
are.
it down.
You are.
I'm the boss.
You're the boss. So make me leave then.
I'm the boss.
Make me leave.
I can fight.
Make me leave.
Go.
Go where?
Go away.
Go where?
You want me to spit on your
Yes,
face or punch
do it.
you? Go away.
Go where?
Go away.
Go where?
Go away.
Go where?
Respect to the champion.
More respect for me.
Yeah?
You should respect me.
Is it maybe they just don't know how to trash talk? Could that be what it is? Because that did seem like there was a little bit of sexual tension there, but maybe they just don't know how to trash talk. Maybe that's what it is. They need somebody to teach them how to trash. They need to move to the Bronx. Just move anywhere in New York. Just move anywhere in New York. Anywhere. You know, it don't gotta be the Bronx. I promise you, you're gonna know how to shit talk somebody after a good month, or you gotta be outside though. You gotta be going outside though. You gotta learn how to shit talk somebody, give it a month. Just go stand on a couple of lines in a couple of places. You know, that's it. How cold is it outside? What should I get for lunch? Yeah, that was crazy. I love the accents, by the way. I love the accents. The videos from that Bronx building was sad yesterday when I saw the kids' clothing hanging in the room. It's cold outside, and for that to happen around the holiday season, that is terrible. That is terrible. Give me 1 second. We could talk about Young Thug for a second. That is terrible. Nobody got hurt though, so that's the blessing. Nobody got hurt. That's the blessing. I'm gonna tell you something funny. So I really want to eat the food from the supermarket. I love their food. I had to cut down from eating it every day. So I try to eat it about 2-3 days out the week, right? 2 days out the week, 2-3 days, right? So I really like just getting sandwiches, right? So I want to go and get the damn sandwich. I mean, I want to go to the supermarket today, but I also want to go outside and listen to my music. And I can't go outside and listen to I can't bring my speaker in the supermarket because I got to bring my headphones. I mean, I can't bring my speaker in the supermarket. Ah, fuck it. I just switch over. I can always just switch over, right? I just switch over. That's all. I just switch over. I just bring both. I just switch over. Fuck it. There's something I'm thinking about this shit. I just switch over. I do both. Anyway. Okay, so yes, homeboy is right. I'm getting word that rapper Jackboy has passed away. Homeboy was right. Let's go get his name. Who was the dude that came in here and said that? Champagne Poppy said that. He was the one that actually came in here and said that first. It's being reported that Jackboy has passed away. It's being reported that Jackboy has passed away. It was a couple of years ago. I forgot who it was, but somebody said that he was going to be a sacrifice for Kodak Black. See, that couldn't be me. Y'all dudes is all these rappers, all of these street nigga rapper niggas, and then y'all make it big and y'all stay in y'all town. Don't even make sense, man. I don't care if I'm not a street level rapper guy. I don't want to stay in the same town where I grinded at. You understand? Because there's just gonna be people that's just gonna be jealous, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to move. There's just people that's just gonna be jealous. I had people that wanted to deal with me, and they said all I had to do was move out of New York City. That's telling you what it was. It's like you can't win in New York City right now because of the people that's attacking you. You know, they could get next to you. You understand what I'm saying? And that's part of what my problem is. I'm not gonna say no names or nothing like that, but there was people that told me that if I move out of New York City, they got me. It's just that I didn't want to move to Atlanta. All right, say what it is. You want to put 2 and 2 together, you could put 2 and 2 together, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to move to Atlanta. That's it. That's it. That's all. I would never move to Atlanta because, and I'm gonna say what it is. I would never move to Atlanta because there's just too many gay people down there. So I think there's something going on. Whether it's radio signals, whether it's something in the water, whether they just getting together and drugging niggas and then raping them. Something the fuck is happening in Atlanta. I don't want to be a part of it, so I don't want to live there. I'm just saying what it is. I'm just saying what it is. You could do it however you want to do with it. But I would never move to Atlanta. I would never move to San Francisco. But I would probably move to San Francisco before Atlanta because, like, San Francisco, the population that's on that type of time, it's like, I guess, like, that's just like Caucasians mostly, but everybody. But in Atlanta, it's just a ton of and then they got this rape culture going on where they drugging you and shit. You know how many dudes is getting raped, fam? That's the part y'all don't get. Guys get raped, fam, by other guys, fam. That happens. Guys get raped by women. Y'all don't hear about that because we can't talk about that shit. But guys get raped by other guys, fam. If somebody raped me, I'm screaming that shit from the highest mountain, fam. You going to jail. I promise you. I don't care of whatever embarrassment that could possibly be. I don't give a fuck. We going in front of God, the whole world, and this is going to get straightened out. Yeah, they just walked up on him and hit him, apparently. Diddy can't go to the Grammys now. The Grammys don't want him because don't nobody want to sit next to him. Don't nobody want to be on camera with him. So Diddy got uninvited to the Grammys or some shit. First of all, you wrote Trail. Why would that change his situation? Why would that change his ability to get a bond? That's the question I want to ask you. You said, should Thug try to get a bond on the Trail since Trail member got stabbed or that's canceled? So explain to me how this changes his bond situation. If he gets a bond, people still, the same reasons why they didn't give him a bond before still exist now. So how does this change his reasoning for getting a bond? You explain that to me. You just asking me a random, explain that to me. I'm not trying to be a dick, but explain how this changes his situation about getting a bond. What you mentioned doesn't play into any way on his situation about whether he should receive a bond or not. I don't think his bond situation has changed. So I don't think that there's any reason why he should receive a bond. His situation didn't change. Somebody else's situation changed. His situation didn't change. A teen named Peter Park. His family had to know. They just had to know. She's fine.
Attacks right here in the home. News about America's national security and the warnings from the FBI to local, state, and federal law enforcement about the possibility of terror attacks right here in the homeland. CBS News got a look at a new joint bulletin that warns groups like Al-Qaeda and ISIS will likely use the Israel-Hamas war to increase calls for violence in the...
I don't believe none of this shit no more. I don't believe none of that no more. I don't believe any of these attacks that be happening in America is Hamas anymore. I don't believe that any of these attacks are ISIS. I don't believe that any of these attacks is Al-Qaeda. Now, do I believe that some of them are? I do believe that there's a chance that some of them are. But I think because of some of the things that have recently happened, I don't believe that we should be believing any of them are. It's hard for me to explain this. Do I believe that there's a possibility? Yes. But do I believe that's a thing that actually happened? I need proof now. Do I believe it's something that could have happened? Absolutely. But now I need proof. Because too much has been going on in the world where they've been lying about too much shit and getting called out. See, as terrible as the internet is at spreading all of the bullshit that it does and plaguing the world, one of the things that the internet does do is makes it almost impossible for a lot of these guys to lie about the shit that they be lying about, because now information is much more easily accessed. Okay. I can't help it. She's always in all of my jump offs for him. I made a post for her today. Go try her out for Lois Lane or something. She might be able to win the Lois Lane thing. Try her out for Lois Lane, right? Don't she look like she could be Lois Lane? Try her out for Lois Lane. She look like she could be Lois Lane. All right, Nakia, please stop putting her in my feed every 5 minutes. And she get so annoying. You could never, I can't even explain it. Fubenga home, shout out that. What else y'all want to talk about? Anything? Yeah, they're still saying airlifted. I can't even make. I need to. I got to re-up on the Adobe, so I can't even make a post about it. Okay, I don't even know what to say about that. I don't even want to report on that. I just seen something that was just absolutely disgusting. I don't want to report on it. I don't know the accuracy of it. I'm about to let y'all go. It's time to get lunch. I got like 20 more minutes before I should be at the damn store. So I was trying to like drag the rest of the end of the show out for another 20 minutes or so. Is there anything you guys want to talk about? Is there any questions that anybody has for me? Yes, the building. Third eye explosion. Free Tory. I told y'all Tory was innocent. Only reason why Tory's in jail is because he didn't want to tell on the girl. That's it. That's why he's in jail. Tory's innocent. I told you Tory's innocent. Tory was innocent the whole time. He didn't want to tell on the girl. He could have told on the girl. He didn't want to tell on the girl. Tory should have took the stand, but he shouldn't have had it needed to. You understand what I'm saying? But he should have took the stand. He's one of the few cases where I think not taking a stand hurt him. But he shouldn't have needed to take the stand. The only reason why he needed to take the stand is because they didn't want to blame the girl. You understand what I'm saying? If they just was going to flat out just blame the girl, the security guard get on the stand, be like, boom, she did it. Bang, he don't got to take the stand. But the fact that they didn't have nobody pointing anybody fingers at anything, and that one dude that said what he said, and his lawyers was just terrible. Like, there's just certain things that the somebody say on the stand, you got to ask follow-up questions. And his lawyers was just terrible. Didn't ask any follow-up questions. None. Just none. You're talking about Aaron Rodgers might play this year. I don't think he actually was really seriously injured in the first place. I think that was all fake. I think, just so we could be clear, he's just like, came to the Jets. He's going to help them out a little, bring a little bit of the Green Bay mentality, like, so they can help change the franchise around. And I believe that this is stuff that they do that the league be agreeing on. Like, you never notice that. Like, you see a successful player go to some team that hasn't had much success late in his career, especially after he's run a few chips or whatever the case might be. And he go there and he try to bring that winning atmosphere and teach them how to win. Brian Rogers says, why would the prosecutor give Kelsey immunity? Because she testified against the person that they were trying to convict. Why wouldn't the prosecutor give Kelsey immunity? They were trying to convict Tory Lanez. She wasn't a suspect. Why wouldn't they give her immunity? And they have the actual person who was shot saying that it was a Tory Lanez. Why wouldn't they give her immunity? But you're not listening to what I'm saying. Why wouldn't they give her immunity? Your logic don't make sense. Your logic is based on them saying, we think that we might prosecute you later, even though the person that actually got shot is saying that it was that person. All you want is an immunity? Why wouldn't they give her immunity? You're asking a question that that there is no answer for. I'm not talking to you no more. I'm not talking to you no more. I'm going to say this one more time. I need for you to tell me why they should not have given her immunity. Other than that, you're just trying to talk with me and go in circles. You understand? So I'm just going to kick you because I don't want to talk and go in circles. I would like to have a conversation, but I'm not going in circles with you. All right? I know you think talking in circles is a conversation, but it's not. There's no reason in the world why they should not have given her immunity. There's no reason. Just because you don't understand the way law works, that's not my problem. You literally just came in here and asked me a question about law. And then when I gave you an answer that's about law, what you did was then try to ask me more questions like my answer wasn't good enough. But my answer was more than good enough. Why wouldn't they give her immunity? You're just one of those people that just ask questions that don't make no sense. I don't know. Should there be a Tonight Show? Should there? Just for people to show up and harass me? Should there be a Tonight Show? See, now you're saying a whole bunch of shit that don't got nothing to do with my question. Exactly. Thank you for kicking that person. Thank you for kicking them. Shout out to Art kicking that person. You see what they do? They come in here and they ask me questions that it's like, that don't got shit to do with nothing. And this is why some of y'all can't get smarter, because y'all sit around having conversations like this. So you can't get more intelligent because you feel like you have to sit around and have conversations like this all day. So how can you get intelligent if your conversations are based on talking about opinions and not based on exchanging facts? We getting more intelligent when we having conversations when we're exchanging facts. When we're having conversations and we're exchanging opinions, we just become more opinionated. That's it. We're not getting more intelligent. You just become more opinionated. You just become more annoying. So you're going to sit around and have conversations about opinions all day. You just become more annoying. You sit around, you have conversations about facts, we become more intelligent. I have no idea if that's the real Kyra Knows or not. Shout out to the real Kyra Knows wherever she's at. And shout out to the Most High also. So I'll read what this just, and not shooting at Kyra, but if you also notice, I think the K is a different color than it was yesterday. I think yesterday it was like red or some shit. So DJ Academics uploaded something. We're gonna look at it right now. This is the appeals court paperwork. The dude that came out and testified names is Jaquan Smith. I spelled it wrong. It's J-A-U, not J-A-U, not J-A-Q. I wrote J-A-Q-U-A-N. It's J-A-U-Q-U-A-N. A lot of U's in it. So this is his affidavit. It reads, I was the bodyguard for Mr. Daystar Peterson, who was better known as Tory Lanez, on July 2022. Mr. Peterson had been known 7 years at the time. They knew each other. I was asked Mr. Peterson to the home of Kylie Jenner, where I was asked to drive Mr. Peterson to the home of Kylie Jenner, where Miss Megan Pete and Kelsey were present. Mr. Peterson was at Miss Jenner's home at approximately 2 hours when I received the call to come pick up Miss Pete and Harris. So he was not even there. He received the call to come pick up Kelsey and pick up Megan. He says Miss Pete, Miss Harris, and myself left Miss Jenner's home, but I was asked by Miss Pete to return because she stated she had forgotten her shoe. That's why they had came back. When we arrived at Miss Jenner's home at this time, the second time, Miss Harris stayed in the car while Miss Pete exited. Miss Pete did not enter the home at the time as she went around the back to the pool area where Mr. Peterson was located. So she went back there. Right to where she allegedly left her shoe, but she didn't go to where her shoe was. She went straight to where Tory Lanez was. What I'm assuming happened was when homeboy came, she assumed that he was coming to get all of them. You understand what I'm saying? But Tory didn't leave with them. So when she realized Tory wasn't leaving with them, I'm assuming that's when she said she left her shoe. So they go back. She went straight to where Tory was. She said both Miss Pete and Mr. Peterson returned to the car. Wait, Mr. Harris stayed in the car. Miss Pete then entered the home at this time as she went around the back to the area where Mr. Peterson was located. Both Miss Pete and Mr. Peterson returned to the car after a few minutes. Miss Pete was bickering, but I am unsure of the exact words she was saying. She seemed upset. The four of us left Miss Jenner's residence. As I began to drive, Miss Pete started a fight with Mr. Peterson. They were both going back and forth. I remember Mr. Peterson saying to Miss Pete that he was going to tell Miss Harris what was going on. I do remember what street we was on, but Miss Pete asked me to stop. I do not remember what street we was on when Miss Pete asked me to stop the vehicle. I did as she asked, and Miss Pete went to sit on a nearby bus stop. Mr. Peterson went and spoke with Miss Pete. In about 2 minutes, they returned to the car and began driving again. Miss Pete started the argument again. Miss Harris asked what was going on. Mr. Pete told her that he and Miss Pete had been dating and intimate. Miss Harris was upset by this, as she and Mr. Peterson had been dating for some time in the same manner. Prior to the relationship with Miss Pete and Miss Harris began fighting. I pulled over to stop them. Miss Pete and Miss Harris both got out of the vehicle and continued to fight, but verbally and physically. I broke up the fight and was pulling Miss Pete towards the back of the car. I saw Miss Harris with a gun in her hand. Mr. Peterson ran from behind Miss Pete and myself towards Miss Harris. Mr. Peterson and Miss Harris began struggling. As Mr. Peterson tried to unarm Miss Harris, I was still pulling Miss Pete and did not see who shot the weapon. I was lucky I was not harmed, in my opinion. Miss Pete was also fortunate. The whole incident happened so quickly within a couple of minutes. I saw Miss Harris with the gun in her hand. Mr. Pete. So basically, she pulled the gun first. So he's not supposed to be in jail. Oh, Jackboy, R.I.P. Jackboy, allegedly Jackboy was shot. Jackboy was shot this morning. That's been confirmed. Allegedly, he has passed away from his injuries. Allegedly, he has passed away from his injuries. Allegedly, Jackboy has passed away from his injuries. So, yeah, that's what happened. I told y'all, Kelsey pulled the gun. Tory tried to get the gun from her. And then Meg got hurt. That's why it's so easy. I said allegedly. Oh, Matt's, you just in here to argue, Matt? I'll help you out. I'm just going to erase this. We're going to give Matt one more time to argue, and then we'll kick him. I literally spoke with an industry insider this morning. He was in the chat, by the way. I know, because you was here. You just lying to lie. I get it. Update. Oh, shit. Let's unkick Matt Williams. And I'm going to unkick him for a real important reason. We're unkicking Matt Williams. Both stories are out. Both stories are out. Both stories are out. There is also a story that it is his brother, actually, and not him. Both stories are out. But Milagro is the one that said it's his brother. So I don't know how true that is. I don't think that person has a good history of knowing what the hell was going on. So Milagro said that. Sorry, Matt Williams. What you don't understand is usually in my show, I got these weirdos that follow me around. So they're just, it wasn't nothing personal against you. Believe me, it wasn't. Milagro said it was his brother. Not 100% sure. Once again, I'm using the word allegedly. Now, all of these dudes are saying that they're not gang members, they're Muslim. After they have all this content where they're showing the world that they're gang members. This is not going to work for them. I know they think it's going to work, but it's not. I'm not even going to tell you why it's not going to work because I don't want to help the other people. It's not going to work. Damn, Matt LeBlanc got fat. It was thought that Jackboy was shot in serious condition, but it was his brother. That's the second source that I have confirming that it was not Jackboy, but his brother. Once again, allegedly, we don't know who's where.
Knock on the door, you're probably about 4 to 6 feet back, less threatening, okay? They come to the door, they peek their head out like, yeah, how can I help you? Yeah, are you, and you don't even look at them, you're looking at the roof with solar. Yeah, are you guys the homeowners here? Oh, yeah, we're the homeowners, what's going on? Just that alone triggers curiosity. That's what I'm talking about when I say the confused old man. Then we have some haters that
Oh, shoot. It's time to eat. I'm hungry. Sheesh. Sometimes I just don't follow some chicks, right? And I know people be like, if the shorty is bad, like they just follow any shorties that's bad, right? So I don't do that for the most part. So I need for you to be making actual content also, not just be attractive. I need for you to also be making content, like doing something with your content other than just being fucking naked. I'm sorry. I just asked for too much. Who the heck is this? Oh, she's an actual actress. I literally unfollow chicks that is just them in lingerie every time. Like there's no, you're not doing nothing. You're not doing nothing at no point that's making me laugh. You're not even doing the trends. Like at least be doing the trends, fam. At least be doing the trends. Update: Jackboy wasn't shot this morning. It was his brother that was shot at his house. He's currently in critical condition. Please keep your. No, it's a good thing that they thought it was Jackboy. That probably got him better attention. They probably lied to the people on purpose in order to make sure that they got him to the hospital quick enough. Instagram has become a soft corn. Yeah, absolutely. 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 But I already knew that was gonna happen once the OnlyFans. So I knew that was gonna happen because of the OnlyFans. That's another reason why a lot of these social media platforms are how do you say, favor a lot of the LGBTQ community stuff. You know, you understand what I'm saying? Because then now they can, you could have women on there with their breast showing and all that other stuff. That's just more content for them. You know what I'm saying? They don't mind having a nudity. They just want it to be nudity that's accepted in an acceptable manner. You understand what I'm saying? All that stuff is interaction. All of that is engagement. So that's basically all they want is engagement. All right. I don't know. I'm actually enjoying the live today. I don't know. I'm enjoying the live today. I'm really just hungry. That's it. It's really just hungry. So I gotta go get some grub. I'm hungry. I'm gonna go eat. I like the fact that we got 60-something people here chilling. We got a good number of people in here this morning, and we got 40 likes. Maybe should we do a live today? Like we got 40 whole likes. Well, people don't like hitting the like button on my page. We got 40 whole likes. I'm feeling good about videos today. That's 40 whole likes, man. Anyway, I need to eat. I'm feeling good about videos today. I'm feeling really good about videos today. I need to go eat. Then we come back and we may do a thing. I don't know. Maybe we go live again. Maybe I can find some people to go live with on Instagram. We don't know. With that being said, I love y'all. Please, everybody, have a blessed day. If we do a tonight show, I'm taking calls in from Instagram. Always Instagram, because I can't put a caller thing. We're gonna get a number. Like, you know how your man Star does it? We're gonna get a number. We're gonna figure out how to get one of those numbers, and we're gonna get a number, and we're gonna get a calling number that way, so I can monitor and look at the numbers and decide who I want to speak to and decide who I want to dub. Just so we could be clear. That's the way we're gonna do it. We're gonna go get one of those numbers. That's why I need a girlfriend, fam. I need somebody to manage this career with that, because I just don't want to do it all the time, to be honest with you. What about what camera? What camera are you talking about, Ronnie Pickney? You talking about the camera that we're going to get when people donate the money for the camera? You got anything on it? We already got 15 dropped today. If you drop 30 right now, that's 45. We go get the camera right now. You got the 30? Oh, you asking me about a thing that you're not willing to be a part of. Which one is it? You asking me about a thing that you're not willing to be a part of? You got the 30 right now? Send it. I get the camera right now on live. Send it. Somebody put the Cash App in the chat. The Cash App is pinned. Send it. Get the camera right now. Okay, so on Friday, you're going to send 30 and somebody else is going to send the 15 on Friday. On Friday, we here on Friday. All right, it's on Friday. If it's not on Friday, it's not on Friday. Don't worry about it. You don't have no obligation to do nothing. With that being said, I love y'all, everybody. Have a beautiful day. Go out there and do something kind for somebody and then stamp God's name on it. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bowmans. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I got on this one.